trust me, how that other part came out, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fumble and you recovered it because dude.
Mm.
But I did figure out that they have 5K out there now.
Cool. Oh,
Out of South River. South River
yeah,
has
five. Oh, they do. So you can. Oh, okay. So
it was
he put a booster out there.
so yeah, because when I turned my phone, I was like, oh, yeah. I tried it before when we were doing another class, and it wouldn't. It was like circle, 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 circle. So I said, all right. I said, let me see if it works. Oh, it connect. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
then I saw it, and the same format and check this, do that. All the boxes are checked, and then I went to put it down, and I went in my bag. I got, dude, literally, there are two right here on the desk,
Right.
and out there 0. I even have like
Right.
the little cheap one that originally came out like 15 years ago. Looking for anything, looking in my trunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn. All right, so I said next time, definitely got. So we're getting closer.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, big shooter? What's happening, man?
Big shooter.
And
There we
yeah. Let me take a screenshot real quick. Put all this shit down so I have to do it later. Cause then I have to fucking wait. Fuck. Screen. It never wants to work when I have this shit up.
go. Mm.
Mm. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do that, man. See what's happening. So
Yep.
went to the range today, man. Fucking. Oh man, I got some good shit, bro. Good shit. Aerial.
What did you shoot?
The Rock Island 9mm, ultra tactical. That is a fucking shooter,
Boy, I
dude.
tell you, man, this guy.
That is a shooter. Oh, dude, I'm 6 inches at 20 yards, bro.
You should have been shooting 45 back when we were
No,
doing all
this
these things.
9mm. This
Okay.
9mm, bro. Yeah,
Well, you said
yeah.
all them words. I said, oh, you must be
Oh
shooting.
yeah, yeah. See, they made one that looks like what the fuck is going on with my shit? Oh, I got some shit. Let me unpin this. There you go. They made one that looks like the staccato, so it had iron sight. It has iron sights on it. I was debating, talking with Big Shooter, debating should I change the iron sights to a you know an RMR, put a plate on it, and we both came to the conclusion, shoot it first. And a two lag was happening, and so I take it over there and shoot it, man. That damn thing. Remember how that other little gun shot?
Right.
This was doing the same thing, bro. In the same fucking holes. So I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I fucking push, I do 7 yards, I do 15 yards, and I push it out to 20 yards. And I'm at 6 inches and 20 yards hitting bullseye with this thing. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? On iron sights. I'm like, what the fuck? I love this
Uh,
gun. So yeah, I'm in love with it, man. And so it's gonna be probably a added to the carry list. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So you're gonna increase the weight on your hip.
No, well, no, because the weight on the hip is not increasing.
Hmm.
Because remember, the TCM 22 is a 9mm double stack.
Still. Well, I mean, you're a man. You're a man, so you'll be all right.
I'm a man. If I carry the 10mm, I'll be increasing the weight on my hip.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna carry that. It's not gonna happen. That gun is just fucking too fucking heavy.
Yeah, and think about it. The gun has got a nice little heft to it already. Then when you
Hmm.
load it, it's gonna put a little bit more heft in it.
Well, I already tried a 10mm. I know what it feels like. It don't.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, bro. I'm telling you that right now. It doesn't feel good at all. So we're just gonna let that go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just something there. It'll be there. It looks good, but I won't. if I have to go out in the woods and kill bear and shit with it, yeah, it's a different story.
Yeah.
You know, but
Mm-hmm.
carrying that big hunk of steel around, I might as well. If I'm gonna carry a 10 millimeter, I might as well just carry the 45. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
10 millimeter is faster, a little bit more technology in the bullets, but you know, if you're not in bear country, I don't see why you need that.
I
And
don't
on
need
top
it.
of that, if you use regular commercial grade ammo, you're not getting the highest performance that gun can give you. You know, you got to get that what's it called, buffalo bore, and some of those kind of like niche and better ammunition, like premium stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you use, like, I've seen, we can Google it. The basic, like, Federal even and Winchester 10 millimeter, those loads are not much hotter than 40.
Yeah.
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 You get those exotic bullets, man. And now you shooting damn near mini rockets out there.
Yeah, but I got 17. I prefer to put 17 balls in your ass. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And go for a reload and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? If I'm
Yeah.
throwing 17 out there and I know I'm pretty goddamn accurate with these bitches, something's gonna happen because I'm gonna dome you at one point or another. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to someone about that, and they were stuck on 3 rounds, and I told them that a
Mm,
drill I came up with, nicknamed after you, and then he was like, "Oh, why does he shoot 6?" I said, "That's the plan." See, obviously you don't have a plan, and then I flipped it from being cordial to, now I'm going to just direct all this stuff to you. I said,
right.
you don't have a plan. That's the problem. I said, you're
Yeah.
saying two is not always the case. I said, he said, well, 6 is overkill. I said, how do you know it's overkill? How do you know it's
You don't
overkill?
know.
I
You
said,
don't know.
and then on top of that, you don't know the fear inside of you. I said, I'd rather have more than less. What about if you needed 4, but you only fired 2? They just,
Mm-hmm.
what do you call it? He said he was calling it pairs. And I said, like in hammers? He said, no, more like pairs. I said, oh, you don't know the fuck you talking about. I was laughing at that point. I said, okay, pairs. I said, like hammers. I even went old school hammers. He said, no more pairs. Fire 2 rounds. I said,
Oh,
okay.
come on, dude.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Give me 2 rounds,
Oh,
bro.
what the
I
fuck
was
is
like,
wrong with
okay.
people, though?
Yep. I like, you see, you don't like engaging them. I like having fun with them.
No, I don't like. I think they're stupid, and
That's
so yeah, I really do think these cocksuckers are stupid. They're the most dumbest motherfucker.
so
I
I
was
thought
having
these
a
were structural.
conversation
Mhm.
with a motherfucker today. I went over to Academy to get some ammo. You
Okay.
guys got some great fucking ammo prices on 9
Hmm.
millimeter. I was fucking impressed. So I ended up buying 500 rounds of 2
There you
bricks,
go.
and so I was in there, and the guy was in there. I knew he was a goddamn Democrat. He's in there. Talk, he was first thing this some bitch was like. He's like, I was like, he's like, where you from? I said, I'm from California originally, but I live out here since '99. And he said, oh, California, way better place than here. I said, man, what the fuck's wrong with you? You crazy? I said, California, you getting robbed just fucking. I just telling him about how California was. And I said, this is a way better state. This is a free state. I said, I love it out here. Oh, I don't think so. I don't know about that. And he said, then he started talking about shooting the person. He said, yeah, they get shot with that one round of 9 millimeter. And I was like, motherfucker, you heard of
Do
this shit
tell.
called it. I said, you heard of this shit called adrenaline? I said, the average person your size, he was a meek little small man. I said, the average person your size can take fucking 5 and 6 rounds if they got adrenaline pumped up and still get to you and stab you to death. It's going to take 2 minutes before they calm down. And he's like, yeah. I said, the best way to stop motherfuckers is just shoot them in the fucking face. You know what I'm saying? And by that time, I got through telling him all that. I said, it ain't like the fucking movies. I'm just going off, man. I'm just,
Yeah, I could tell. You
yeah,
obviously weren't reading the audience.
right. So by the time I realized, I noticed somebody was behind me. And it was another guy. He was standing. He was trying to get to the ammunition, but he was listening to me tell this dude this shit, and he didn't want to fucking interrupt. He was
Right.
listening. So I was like, it's time for me. I said, I don't know why I'm telling you this shit, but fucking, but I gotta go. I
Mhm.
see you later, man. I was like, what
Mic
the
drop.
fuck? Yeah. I was
Start
like,
fire,
geez.
leave.
I said, you guys got to stop watching fucking TV.
Mhm.
This is not that way.
Right.
I mean, these people can get death blow hits in their hearts and still be moving. You
Classic
know.
example was that Miami, the FBI shootout in Miami. The
Mm-hmm.
guy, he's got a mortal wound, a aorta hit, and
He
he
was
still
still
killed
fighting
two more police officers, two more
before it.
guys that trained,
Mm-hmm.
guys that knew what they were doing, guys that went
Yep.
there on purpose, not
Yep.
victims. These guys went there on purpose and got killed.
Mm-hmm. What's up,
So
Coach?
so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. They said that in the video. They said he was dead sitting in the seat
Yep.
and killed two officers.
Yep.
They said they don't know how he did it. Yeah, that motherfucker's adrenaline.
Yep,
That
pumped up
shit's
drugs and,
yeah.
and adrenaline and hatred, bro. Just that focus and that motivation. People don't realize how far that'll take you.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't, man.
Yeah,
They
and
have
that's the key.
no clue to what the
Yep.
fuck they're talking
And
about.
people like that with the, what about these? How do I transfer this gun to this person? Oh no, you don't do that in the state of Georgia. But
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that they get it and it's in their name. Yeah, that's not needed.
Yeah, it's
Not only
gonna
it's
be in
not
your
needed, there's
name, bitch.
no
They coming
provision.
after you, motherfucker.
Don't
you better
don't keep going. That's what I was going to
you
say.
better have some fucking paperwork saying you sold that motherfucker to them.
Exactly.
Make them sign something. Put
Mhm.
their name, address, and have them sign and date it. You good to go.
Yep.
You don't have to have a copy of the driver's license, none of that shit. Just
I
have them
relinquish all
sign
responsibility on this date to so
on
and
this
so,
date.
blah blah blah.
Right.
Two
And give them a
signatures.
copy, you keep a copy.
Yep.
It's
It
like
could be
what the
done on a damn napkin, toilet paper. If you want.
yes. Yeah. You just take a picture of it and they take a picture of it. Boom. That's legal fucking record, man.
Yep.
It's like,
That's
come
all
on,
that's
dudes.
necessary.
Yeah. So when they come to your house knocking
Yep.
and shit, you can just show them that shit and be like, get the fuck away
Exactly.
from me, you faggot ass motherfuckers.
When Detective Houlihan shows up, you can tell him, hey, man,
Shit. Yeah.
that's not mine anymore.
Yeah. 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 Well, I know. Believe me, I know.
Hey, you want to come down and pick this up? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know what the motherfuckers are gonna do? They're gonna lock my ass up.
That's
bro.
right. Hey, it's your name on it. You sure you don't want it?
Uh-huh. Right.
It's a nice one.
Right. We're gonna destroy it,
Yeah.
motherfucker. I ain't coming out to fucking California to get this shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That wasn't the last one they made. I'll be fine.
Yeah. It's like, what
Mhm.
the fuck?
That's
Fucking
crazy.
stupid ass people, man.
hmm
Yeah, California people, cops are just looking to hook a motherfucker up. As soon as I stepped in their office, I'd be like, they read you your rights, they ask you some questions. Well, we're gonna lock your motherfucking ass up.
You lucky you get that far. Those jokers might jump out on you. That's him right there. Stop resisting.
Right, right. Get you for selling drugs, selling guns, still felon. Oh,
That's
hell
right.
no. Then you got to fight that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got
That's
to
an
fight that charge.
easy 15 grand right there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then you can't leave the state while you're fighting
hmm
it.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, so
Like all
fuck
those
that,
people
man.
who there was where was it? It was in Spain, I think. And like about at least 2 or 3 people were traveling, trying to make it back, and they had ammunition in their bag.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
like
yeah.
a bullet.
That's not Spain. That's one of them. I think one of them fucking African countries or some shit.
That motherfucker had one bullet, and they stopping them like they goddamn public enemy.
Yeah, yeah. It's a $10,000 fine. You can do so many years in prison, and for this shit, I can't remember the name of that place. I think it was Antigua or something. It was one of them fucking countries, man.
That ain't
Some of you,
fucking Africa, motherfucker.
I don't know what the fuck. They all sound African to me, man. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn, one African.
Oh my God! See here, there's several American tourists that face legal troubles. Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, Turks and Caicos. Yeah. So I think because that one guy, it was a white guy and a black woman. The black woman, she got caught. She never said she had it, that it was
Firearm.
untrue. But the white guy said he don't even own firearms. So I think they
shit.
planted that shit on him. And
He
his
looked like a
charge,
sucker.
his charge got dropped, but hers didn't. And so because he was like, I don't even own firearms. I don't even have one in my house or even possession. So it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna fucking charge me with a fucking bullet? So prime example, if you're gonna go out of town, out of state, buy new furniture. No, not
New
new
bags.
furniture, but buy new bags, new luggage. Never bring them around your
Dude,
firearms.
don't cross reference them at all.
Yeah,
That's the key. Don't do that
yeah,
shit.
yeah. And you
But on
shouldn't
the
be
other
putting
side,
guns in
not only
luggage
that,
anyway.
not only leaving ammo in it, but if you get gun residue, burnt powder on it, and
I
they
know
go
it
to
picks
that
up.
machine and go bloop 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 bloop
Yeah,
and make that damn
yeah.
noise.
Especially if you're coming
Noise.
from a gun range with those gun range shoes on, your shoes are gonna go off when they dab them. That you got, you've been around powder. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, then now they're going in your bags and doing a cavity search and all this shit. It's like fuck, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like feel like Liberace.
The
You
dude
know?
was traveling with it. Yeah, the dude was traveling with his family,
Yeah, they
and
don't
they
care.
separated him.
Yeah, you go to jail, bro. And I think it's a way for them to, before it was exposed, I think it was a money grab for them because what they'll do, they'll held the people up in jail and all this stuff. And the next thing you know, the people's got to pay so much amount of money. And to get out of this, because they got to get lawyers, they got to pay the court fees, the fines, and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a
Yo,
money
that's a
grab.
British territory. No wonder.
Yeah, definitely a
Yeah,
money
that's a
grab.
British territory. He was an
Yeah,
EMT.
Caribbean islands. Yep, yep,
Uh,
yep, yep. 10 years for a bullet. Yep. Yep.
Thank you.
And New York and
I knew. I
California,
was just with this guy over here.
New York and California, mostly the same way. You get caught bringing something illegal through that airport, like a firearm or something like that. You bring in
Bullets too. Yeah,
you bring in
you
bullets
know
in
a
there.
guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. You know more of the story than I do, though. And but if you even the
But I mean, I'm
magazines,
saying we're
if
familiar.
yeah, if the magazines are even over the 10 round magazine capacity, you go into jail. Yeah,
That's
automatically.
the state of Maryland.
Yeah, you
Yep.
go into
You can't
jail.
have 10 rounds in a 15. You have to have a magazine that only holds 10 rounds. That's dedicated
Mm-hmm.
10-round magazine.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get this shit started.
I think Delaware is the same way. And on Delaware, you can't bring hollow points to Delaware.
Yeah. God damn. That's fucking pretty fucked up.
Hmm.
I think there's something else I
Yep.
gotta do here. Hold on. Guys, we are fucking live. Believe it or not. So we're on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube. I forgot to check locals, but I'll look at it in a minute. There's something I'm trying
Dude,
to
he had
do.
20 rounds in his bag.
Oh yeah. Boom.
He had a whole magazine. Yeah, that's what it was. What you got?
Yeah.
What you got? What you got?
Oh no, no, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing tonight. All right, guys, we're here tonight. We're gonna talk about some bullshit, and let's see who get back. Is this motherfucker gonna run? All right, guys, we're back, and what we got? Shit. All right, there we are. You guys see, I'm not in the mood for this shit tonight. Oh shit, I'm not in the mood for this shit tonight, bro. Goddamn. All right, guys. So, like the goddamn show. You're watching the show, like the goddamn show. The show may not be on much longer. You know, you never fucking know. You know what I'm saying? So, like the goddamn show. Uh, we're gonna get this shit another fucking year, and let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? And we can't get the support, and we can't get the views like we're gonna do. We're gonna sunset this motherfucker. So, like the goddamn show. And in the meantime, who sponsors this goddamn show? That's Saber Team Tactical. Type in SBER Team TEAM Tactical TACTICAL.com and go to SaberTeamTactical.com. Do I have the page still up? I'm on the wrong fucking page.
This is one of them nights, boys. This is one of them nights.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. I went to the range today and blew my wad, so you know what I'm saying. I think I left my. So here you go,
Pause.
Al.
Pause. So our partner in this endeavor is Right to Bear, and they're a protection offering, and not a insurance program, but a protection program that allows you to deal one to one with a lawyer immediately after your incident. So we always stress on the show to not give statements until you speak to a lawyer. When you make this phone call, the first person you're speaking to is your lawyer. May not be the lawyer that you end with, but it's the lawyer that you'll start with, and he'll start advising, or she'll start advising you immediately. And that call is confidential. That's the key. Some of these other programs, they have call takers, and you're talking to somebody that may not be giving you the best advice, right? So I'm sure they have protocols and all that, and it's great. But this company, they actually use lawyers who answer the phone call right away, and they're on their way toward your location. So it'll be someone in your geographical area. No matter what, they'll be there. They pay everything up front. That's a good thing. So you don't have to come out of pocket. We've done some research, and I was saying it the last time, all these other companies are catching up. And if you look, if you can go back in the Wayback Machine and you look at what Bright the Bear was offering, say 8 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago, and see what these other companies are offering now, you'll see a mirror. And it's weird because these guys are now adapting and mimicking what these guys already set the stage for. They're backed by PSA, so if you buy guns from PSA, like my partner over here does, he pretty much keeps PSA open monthly. But if you a PSA fan, or you buy or support PSA, PSA is the sponsor, main sponsor, Right to Bear. They cover them. So, and the president, I believe, has dedicated 100% support to Right to Bear. They believe in it, and that's why we suggest it to you. If you use SABER, you will get a discount when you go to enroll. And the other thing is, if you don't like it, 6 minutes after doing it, you can click a couple more buttons, and they ask no questions. They say, "Good luck, see you next time," and you're on your way.
Yeah.
So check out Right to Bear. Easy peasy, low rates too. It's very affordable, and it's a bang for your buck. You're gonna get if you compare it. Compare it. And I've
Yeah.
recently I sent you a couple of the videos, guys that have actually had to use them, and they tell their experience. They have a YouTube channel, I think, and the guys that tell their experience, and you can see it firsthand. And hopefully,
Hmm.
you never have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't want to. Yeah. You don't want to have it, but you don't want to have to deal with that. But you don't want to have to not deal with it without
without
some type of
right.
protection,
Yep.
because you will get railroaded.
Yep.
Because
And
you
it's
motherfuckers
insurance.
can't. Yeah, you guys can't keep your mouth shut. So
It's
you will
covering you
get.
for it.
You're gonna get railroaded.
Even though it's a protection plan, basically they're covering you up just in case you have an accident. The other thing
Hmm.
too, I just thought about, when you look at it down the road, we may be forced to actually have to
Yeah.
cover our own selves. So if
Yes.
that's the case, there you are. You're already in there. Your grandfathered in.
Hmm. Yep. They're gonna try to make it a law. They're already talking about it. Yeah.
And when they said, one of the things I watched, that give and take when negotiating, um, they say, okay, you want constitutional carry nationwide, but then the individual has to be protected with the insurance policy.
Hmm. Well, they're saying if it's almost like car insurance.
Yep, exactly, and that's what these companies who are already out here, they'll be in the forefront, because I'm sure Allstate and State Farm and everyone else will pop up and have some type of coverage
Hmm.
for gun owners. Or
And I definitely will not go with them
hell
at
no.
all, because they're gonna railroad you, and them motherfuckers will drop you as soon as your ass get charged.
Drop you as soon as you get charged. They might drop you as soon as you load a gun.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, boop, done.
Yeah.
Or have some requirements that you have to take annual training, or with them. And there's
Or if
another
they
fee
find
for
out
that.
you're carrying the SIG 320.
Oof. Man, we could have dedicated a whole show to that, man. There's so much
Oh, we're
material
gonna
out there.
talk about that shit.
Holy, that is
Yeah.
ridiculous. All right, and then the main event, Saber Team Tactical, for your training needs, from beginner to intermediate to advanced. You see some of the stuff, we show you videos, see what we're doing out there. we're pushing the edges, guys. We take our entry level people and we make them intermediates. We make our intermediates advanced, and we make our advanced hard to kill. So get down, take a look at all the programs and all the dates that we have. If there's no date and you see a title for it, let us know you want to do it, and we'll bring out the group. We'll bring it out there for you. We've done it. We even do bar mitzvahs. Is that yeah? It's 15. Yeah, we do my bar mitzvahs. We do rites of passage for young people, Boy Scouts, anything. You want to come out there with your young person and get them involved in firearms at an early age safely, give us a ring. We'll hook you up. We should put a youth one title down here. That's just think about that. But anyway, our first dedicated class is May 24th. And that's concealed carry, stop the bleed, and medical class, right? So that's a class
Mhm.
that gives you the basic understanding on how to use your tourniquet and Israeli gauze and mitigate blood loss, right? From you
Mhm.
as well as another individual that you may come upon or maybe family member. Great class to get started. It gets you right there, and you do the techniques multiple times so that when you leave there, you have a solid base. That's the key. I've seen other classes, and they go through a lot of stuff. They do a lot. They do packing. They do tourniquets. They do body what's it called, buddy lifts. Do all kind of stuff. And I say you did all that all day long, but then none of these people are really proficient. And as soon as you leave, you did it once or twice, and it's not really set in. This there's 3 classes that this guy offers, and one of the things that I noticed with it, they all lead to a progression, and you do it individually, and there's a little bit of a group at the end with this one. The next one you start off the same thing, and you do more group effort, right? And that's what I'll talk about that later. On go ahead, scroll up, Al.
All right.
Yep. And the shotgun for self-defense class coming up July 5th. Another one, people buying shotguns and they just want to have something at home, make you feel good. Learn how to use it. Learn how to use the shotgun. It's not just a and people are going to run away. You chamber around into the shotgun, and I guarantee the guy that's on the outside of the door say, "Okay, now what?" Right? So
Mhm.
you have to be able to be confident and proficient in the use of shotgun. And it's not like that old guy said where you just point and pull the trigger. It's not that. It's more than that. You can't just fire off a round and scare somebody,
No.
right? That's endangerment. That's negligent. That's reckless. So you have to be able to understand when you can fire the gun and how to fire the gun. Show up. Let us know. Self-defense with shotgun is definitely a good class. But what I'm talking about in the second part was stop the bleed medical and rifle battle class. So now we take it a step up. We're in concealed before, now we got a rifle and we got gear on. The other part of that is you're working within a team. You're triaging. We'll tell you right out the blue. Arm and arm, arm and leg, 2 legs, or 2 leg, um,
Too late.
hand, hand dusted. Somebody got shot in the hand. All these things that you as a group would have to assess it, wrap it, get the blood to stop, and then maybe move that person. What's the next step? Are we taking them somewhere? Are we waiting for an ambulance? All those things come into play, and it's role playing right there, and it causes a lot of confusion. People look at it in the beginning, oh man, everybody's jockling and they're jostling around and they're laughing and joking with one another. And then when we get serious, you see the faces change because now they realize, imagine if this was for real and I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Partner comes in and says, you do this. And that's the good thing. We've had really good success with that, with people blending and working together immediately. And they say, do this or flip around, or somebody gets stuck on something and they tell them, 2 wraps, wrap it around again. And then, okay. And they go, and it's just like that. And that's good teamwork that we've seen in multiple classes. So come out, rifle PCC class after that, but come out for Stop the Bleed class and get that in there. CPR. If you don't know CPR, go learn CPR. Go learn to get certified. There's some free classes out there. I think even if you pay for it, it's less than $100, and maybe even
Mhm.
$50. So learn CPR. Rifle PCC class. Learn to drive your long gun like a pistol, whether it's a rifle or a PCC. Either one. Get on target and put multiple rounds down range as fast as you can. And my man hook you up and show you how to do that. Rifle and tactical gear class, the last class of the year, and it's in October this year. come out to that if you're an intermediate or better, meaning that you can control and run your gun without any stoppages. Anything that stops it, you fix it. You get it right back in order. There's no stopping, looking at the gun and raising your hand and needing. Nope, you got to keep it going and keep it going to where we've had in the past where we don't even know that you had an issue. We had guys in the
Right.
last class had issue with that with little Torrance with the 22. Kept on going. Never saw we
Mhm.
pushed him out the way, and he been working and he racked it, got the old shell out, put a new fresh shell in, got back in line, kept on going. It's
Mhm.
a class that you have to be able to think more so than shoot. And you do have to shoot. You have to be safe with your firearms as well. And it's pistol and a rifle. So it's a
Mhm.
lot. And in gear, I forgot that, but that used to be our main one. Bring any Wish, Timu, Amazon budget gear that you have, bring it out and see if it runs through. Some works, some make it through, but there's others that have catastrophic failure.
Mhm.
And this is a great place to do that. The Stop the Bleed class, another part of it is that we use smoke, so it causes confusion, and we're in control of the confusion. So we can get it to a certain point and realize it, and we back it back down. Realize people starting to really kind of screw up. All right, we bring it back down, but then you get to see how far you can go. You can't do that in the backyard. You know, you got to come out and you're under the tutelage of us, and we got you covered. All right, the last two pieces to this offerings are optics, red dots for your pistol, and irons for your rifle. If you have a iron, or somebody asked me, would we help them with a red dot on a rifle? Of course we will.
Yeah.
Just let us know and bring it out. We want to do both, right? But at the same time, when you do this, we'll make sure that you understand the principles of it because this is the way of the future. As you see, it's on request because everybody's not switching to it. There's a lot of old curmudgeons that are going to stick with their iron sights, and that's cool, fine. You know, be proficient with whatever you have. But those of you that want to move forward, Armor are probably, I would say, maybe next year because I'm starting to see them now. Maybe next year, and Big
All
Shooter, you could
all
tell us they're going
all
to be
20
standard. Yeah, they're going to be
all
standard issue.
20 yeah, all 2011 gear from this year on is going to either have armor cutouts or armors already pre-installed.
Yep, and you
The-
get more direct plates now too.
yeah.
A lot more companies are getting rid of those plates, and you can mount it directly to the slide, should I say,
Hmm.
as a direct plate.
Right.
But yeah, you're getting direct cuts, and it's the wave of the future. I would imagine definitely 15 years from now, it'll be an oddity to see somebody with a iron sights only.
Hmm.
If I'm still here, it'll be me.
Right.
But nonetheless,
Yeah.
I
I'm
go
still
back and
shooting
forth.
iron sights. I'm
Yep,
still shooting iron.
I go
Yeah.
back and forth. So
Yeah.
I still shoot revolvers, and I saw a arm on a revolver, and it looked like what the hell that kind of
I got one. I did one.
see.
I got you
Mhm.
shot it.
I said
Remember?
it was, I
Yeah.
said I saw it. And I tell
You
you where I
saw the
saw it.
abomination.
What
Yeah.
abomination is
But
this?
but it's fucking badass, man. Yeah.
It's the wave of the future. It like what's that damn movie?
I tell you what, with a revolver, it makes you focus on the dot more when you pull that single action back. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you got to focus on the dot. And you just focus, focus, focus. Boom. Next thing you fire, you hit. Most
Hmm.
fucking people they don't do that when they pull a revolver. So they'll pull the revolver back, and uh, they lose sight of the sight picture, and it's all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a Taurus 38. So
I ain't there. I
yeah,
like
yeah,
iron sights on old guns. I like
yeah. I
iron
know
sights on
you.
my
Yeah,
1911. I like iron
your
sights on my
flintlocks.
revolver.
Motherfucker, you got one of them flintlock shotguns and
That's
shit.
right. And just take put a little wet on the front of the sight so I can see it better, get that glint down.
Oh Jesus, that's what it's for. All right. I was just looking at my calendar on. Yo, you all done?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I got laser engraving. You can go to that page. I have an event coming up in April, and that is the Master Gardener Show. That's going to be April 19th and 20th, and the lot I'm in is G12, and we're going to be there for that Saturday and Sunday at Jim Miller Park. That's 2245 Callaway Road in Marietta, and I'm gonna be there for a couple of days. It's gonna be a huge event. I don't think we're gonna. Oh, it's gonna be Friday and Saturday. So the Saturday will be the last day. We won't be there on Sunday. So it'll be Friday that 18th and the Saturday that 19th. And that's like I said, I'll be at booth G12. And you just look for the Saber Team Tactical flag, and I have the only one that's going to be raised there, and just fucking come over and say hello. It's a free event. It's a lot of fucking gardener shit. If you guys are homeowners, you guys got plants, gardener, fertilizer, all this other good stuff. It's out there at discounted prices, and there's also tons of vendors out there selling other types of stuff too. So come on out, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'll be at. Other than that, we're gonna show you guys a video of the Saber Team Tactical in action here. Let me just find that video. And let me kill this music. And make that bigger. Get some sound going. We're gonna blast the sound, guys. So. Work it out, work it out. So that is a taste of what the rifle tactical gear class looks like. Mm-hmm. It looks just like that, in that intense.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to go out there and get your dick hard or your little cooch wet, come on out. This is where it's at.
Oh, he's on a roll tonight, guys. He's on a roll tonight.
Get your cooch wet.
Damn, bro. That didn't even get a ditty.
Well, the reason why I say that, because you ever watch people shoot machine guns?
Yeah.
And it's called a machine gun smile. After everybody shoot a machine gun, they have this big shitting grin on their face. And it's
everything met expectations.
Yes. We get the same thing after they do that run.
Yeah.
When they do that run, you see everybody's pumped the fuck up. I don't want to do that shit again.
Yep.
I mean, like, what's your ammo count? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Remember that group that I said, "Are you sure?" And you said, "Let's do it." And they were all like that, man.
Yeah. Well, I had a fucking flex cuffs on one of the goons.
Yeah. They were all like that.
Yeah, but that's why I go into the thing why you do it and explain it to them, and just have them doing it. I have, that's why I have to explain the big picture of it. Mm-hmm. That this is so fucking important that you get this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I really done this. You know what I'm saying? And so this is not a fucking joke where you can just dick around and play. You know what I'm saying? This is serious shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And
that's why the prerequisite is the fact that you have to be able to run your gun, because we don't have time to be tutoring on basics.
Even though those motherfuckers wasn't even at that level, I was showing them that I can still do the shit with cocksuckers who are not at that level. I prefer not to, because I'll have to slap you around a little bit. Like I had to do that one motherfucker.
I wanted to hear your story. I wanted you to keep on going. Just because you did cover it. You double back and got it. You got it. Because I'm like, you said because you have to slap, or you have to. No, you did. Because you might have to slap around. I said, go ahead. I want to hear this story.
Yeah, but you have to let them know, hey, this is some serious shit. I may be bullshitting, joking at that time, but then if you notice, when I get to that proportion of the course, my whole demeanor changed. You know what I'm saying? I get a little bit more intense. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't afford to fuck up.
Omar and I recognize it. The rest of them don't. But Omar, we usually start splitting up at that point. If we're standing on the same opposite of you, we wind up getting around the other side of the people, because it's about to be on.
Yeah.
And that's just giving the orders to get ready.
Yeah. Then I do my final look. I look at, we do the walkthroughs and shit, and I'm looking at everybody's eyes, and I'm looking for that fear. If I
Hmm.
see that fear, we're doing it again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
And
know.
and it's something I'm not going to say it what it's on the air, but I'll know what I'm looking for. And if I
Hmm.
can't get that from those people, dude, we'll run it again.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
go backwards.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
uh,
Remember that one that we never even made it halfway through.
now, because
It's like, oof,
you
oof.
just can't go any farther.
Yeah, when was it
Too
two
many
thirds
fuck
of the
ups.
group can't get it together? You can't
Yeah.
go no further.
Yes. When you got too many fuck ups, you just can't
Yep,
go.
you can't
Yeah.
do it, man.
So what are we gonna talk about? Um oh, where's my emails? There, Sig is really being stupid right now.
Man,
Sig,
go ahead,
huh?
keep
Go
going.
ahead.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just agreeing.
Sig is fighting everybody on that they are not having any problems with the Sig 325.
Like Mr.
And
Magoo.
yeah, even with the lawsuits and the law enforcement, they're all saying, "Oh, that never happened. We win in every lawsuit," and they just double down. You know
Dude,
what I'm
they're
saying?
straight lying. They lost a big one in Philadelphia. No, maybe not big to them, but they lost like $2 million to a dude in Philadelphia.
But they said it. They didn't lose any case. You remember that letter?
I think
We
they
talked about
said. I
this.
think they maybe they could say that because it may have been a settlement. So
Mm-hmm.
if that's the case, then it was, if they go to trial and then somewhere in the trial before they make a decision, the lawyers get together and they just, okay, you know what, how much you want, just get the shit over with. Now they didn't lose.
So what's happening now is SIG P3
Three
P
twenty,
3 P3 yeah.
the 320 and the 1718, the P
Right.
1718,
So
same gun.
now SIG, the reports are coming out. SIG saying, well, we're not having a problem with the military. Now every
Oh,
branch has came out and said people have been shot,
mm-hmm.
wounded.
Yep. And they can't talk about it, but remember that? Oh, I didn't show you that. Oh,
Because you can't sue the government. Soldiers can't sue the government for
right.
negligence. Even if a fucking gun blows up in your face and it's not your fault, you cannot sue the government. You're just gonna be a maimed motherfucker, and you just
Just
got to deal with
that
the
that
VA.
government property thing.
Yeah, because they own you. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, yeah, it's fuck.
Let me see.
Yeah, that video that guy got, it's like 19 minutes. We can play. I think the first half of it. I got it pulled up here. I can play the first half of it, and because he got a lot of bullshit on here. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's a video you was talking about.
No, I'm gonna see if I can pull it right now at the same time. I send it to you.
Okay. And so military's coming out and saying they're having a lot of fucking problems with these guns. And I don't know why the military just won't get rid of them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Block is still
because,
waiting.
yeah, but they could send, what SIG can do is replace the 320s with the 360s. You know what I'm saying? And they say, fuck it. But they don't want to do that because they're going to lose a lot of money. And then when they confiscate all those guns and they throw them on the market, nobody's going to
Yeah,
buy them.
bro. mm,
Nobody's going to buy
I don't
them.
know how
So
you can buy that.
how they going to sell them? They're going to you looking at billions
Yeah.
in fucking guns out there that SIG's done fucked up on, and they're not doing. They need to do a recall on those guns. They did do a recall at one time and said they fixed the trigger, but it's still just doing the same shit. It's not even in the trigger; it's in the upper receiver that's having the problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on,
Hmm.
man. What a fucking joke. Are you gonna share it?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on. Let me find
Oh,
that.
just go ahead and share it, man.
There was
You got
no. I'm waiting. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Well, wait.
yeah,
I
just
want to
go.
make sure I get the right one, though.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah, I got the short one, too.
so it's a trip that they just doubling down like this, man. It's like what's they call them, the P320, and they call it the M17 discharge in the military.
Right. It's M17 and 18 in the military.
Yeah.
The short and the long.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
his pistol, his SIG M17, and as he was drawing the pistol out of its holster, it fired. Now, I want to remind you all that this type of discharge is right in line with many other reported P320 incidents we've covered on this channel, namely the officer is storing the gun vertically in a holster and some sort of impact to the rear of the firearm immediately precedes its discharge. Now, I want you all to also remember, even the SIG defenders will agree that the first version of this gun fired with remarkable repeatability if it was struck in the rear. So I just ask you all, is it really inconceivable that the so-called improved version of this, where they lighten the trigger, could also suffer from these defects? I'll let you decide. But in many of these Army reports, the exact cause of the accident is redacted. So let's move forward. In May 2021, at the Letterkenny Army Depot in Pennsylvania, an Army civilian security guard was preparing for their shift and attempted to holster their SIG M17. As they were holstering their gun, the SIG discharged, with a round passing through the bottom of their holster into their cargo pocket, striking their wallet before coming to a rest on the floor. Pretty lucky trajectory for him, as we'll see in a moment with some of these other stories. Now, a second individual who was on scene states that they saw and observed that at no time did they have their trigger finger near the trigger of the weapon. And as with the previous case as well, this user had a full 8 hours of sleep the night before. And also, like that previous report, the primary cause factor is redacted. So let's move on. In August 2021, at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, at an outdoor range, a military police officer, 31A, was conducting live fire training with their M17. The drill consisted of firing 2 shots, reholstering, drawing, and firing 2 more shots, doing those doubles. After those initial 2 shots, as he was attempting to holster his firearm, it discharged and struck his foot. He was sent to the hospital and placed on restricted duty for 30 days. Now, in all of these Army reports, luckily for SIG, the Army's definition of unintentional discharge also includes unintentional trigger pulls. It does not differentiate between the two. And like other reports we've looked at so far, the answer to the question of, did a component or part failure for this equipment item cause or contribute to the mishap? The answer is redacted, kind of looking like the Epstein files, some of these Army documents. However, the answers will not be redacted when we get to the Marine reports later in this video, so let's keep moving forward. One more Army case here. In February of 2022 at Fort
Belvoir
in Virginia, a member of the U.S. Army Protective Services Battalion, CID, was preparing for his shift at 2100. At about 2030, the individual contacted his officer in command to say that he had shot himself in the knee. Ouch. At Inova Fairfax Hospital, the bullet was found lodged in his knee. The M17 was taken into possession by the Fort Belvoir Directorate of Emergency Services, DES. And with all other Army reports, the cause factor is redacted. Let's move on. Before we get to the Marines, let's check in with the Air Force, because this is a juicy one. In April 2022, at the Tinker Air Force Base Armory, 2 senior airmen were clearing their SIG M18 in preparation for duty. They're conducting changeover. At 14:46, the 10th of April 2022, in preparation for duty, Senior Airmen 1 and 2 approached the clearing barrel to clear the M18. He handled the M18 while the barrel of the weapon was placed inside the clearing barrel. If you guys don't know what a clearing barrel is, it's basically a opening or hole that can absorb a round. Gunsmiths will use them too. It basically can be shot into with a little to no consequence. Both personnel verified the weapon selector was on safe and the magazine was removed from the magazine well. They attempted to lock the slide to the rear and encountered a malfunction. Both personnel verified the chamber of the weapon was clear of any ammunition or obstructions and conducted a field strip of the weapon, where they saw that the spring and rod were not in the correct position and corrected this issue to prevent further issue with the slide assembly and reassembled the weapon. With the safety selector on safe, he inserted a magazine into the M18 and pressed the slide release, sending the slide forward. At 14:48, the M18 discharged immediately once the weapon was placed on fire. Based on mechanical analysis conducted by combat arms personnel, it is inconclusive if there was a mechanical failure in the weapon system, which allowed the firing pin to move forward after depressing the fire selector lever, causing an inadvertent discharge. Combat arms personnel attempted to duplicate the conditions for the inadvertent discharge with no success. However, the weapon system did present a unique stoppage, which allowed the firing pin to partially strike the primer as the slide moved forward without discharging the weapon. I will pause here and say this sounds a lot like the out-of-battery detonations of the SIG P320 that competitive shooters have encountered. Some of these have been covered on Ben Stager's channel. It sounds like the same thing is possibly going on here. Not good. In their written statements, both senior airmen verified that the user's fingers were completely under the trigger guard. He actually rotated his hand after the gun went off to show that they were not in the trigger guard at all. They were right under it. It's worth noting, too, that this M18 in particular had a service life of less than 300 rounds. Ouch, dude. I would say we're getting to Taurus level, but that's insulting to Taurus. Did the Air Force ever get a refund for this? I don't know. It looks like the paperwork was started with that in mind. So maybe the next time one of you special chosen gun tubers get a chance to sit down with Ron Cohen, you can ask him about this incident. Or maybe you can ask him about this next case, where at the Fort Eustis Marshal's office, two civilians were walking past each other in a hallway. When their holsters bumped into each other, the soldier's M17 discharged, firing a round out of the bottom of his Black Hawk holster through his ankle. Ouch, dude. And as the weapon was cleared, it was discovered, like in other P320 misfire cases we've covered, the shell did not eject from the chamber. And like usual with the rest of the Army reports we've looked at so far, conclusions are largely redacted. I would say at this point, even if you believe Sig's story that something pulled the trigger, a gun that can easily fire when it's bumped is not a good design. Now,
Yeah, something to say?
Yeah, commercial.
No, that's not commercial. I thought you were saying something.
Oh no, I didn't say nothing. No, I just shaking my head.
Only thing better than wearing a helmet is when you
It's a
limited
commercial.
time
I told
only.
you it's
Our
commercial,
handmade.
motherfucker.
at this point, I
I
want to
said
remind
you
you
know
guys that for many years it was known that the Remington 700 trigger malfunction was an issue, but it was very difficult to make it happen on command. Now everyone knows this happened, and it became a real thing. They had to do a big recall. Some people think this was the reason Remington was mothballed and ultimately sold off. One theory put forward by experts in another SIG case we partially covered on the channel here is that due to the lateral play and ability for that striker to rotate slightly within its confines in the slide, its exact position can vary with each shot. So you're essentially rolling the dice and getting a possibly different alignment between the striker foot and sear face each time. Now,
Damn.
could that explain why some of these NDs have been difficult to repeat on command? Or have they? More on that later. Foreshadowing. I don't know, but to be honest, I don't have any doubts that there's something up with the gun after looking at photos like we showed in our last video, but that's just my opinion. Let's look at what the Marines wrote. Starting back in 2023 at Camp Foster in Okinawa, Japan. On the 14th of February, 2023, at approximately 10 a.m., a negligent discharge occurred at entry gate number 1. When standing post at gate 1, person 1 was standing at an ID checkpoint facing the roadway. They had just rested their right hand lightly on the hood of their holster, fingers in front of the holster. At this point, the weapon discharged, damaging the holster via the round discharging and leaving a hole in the end of it and cracking it along the side, also breaking the rotating cover. The round traveled through the right trouser cargo pocket of this individual before impacting the ground, pretty close to his leg. Here's the background. Person 1 met with person number 3 and went to the armory to receive the weapon, which in this case was an M18, and two 17-round magazines. After receiving the weapon and ammo, this individual placed the weapon in condition 1, that's 1 round in the chamber, by inserting the mag and racking the slide. They then holstered the weapon and put the retaining cover in position. Person number 3 observed the entire process of person number 1 receiving the weapon and through the stages to have the weapon in condition 1. Here's the statement of individual number 2. Person 2 was working with person 1 on that day. They were in the guard shack when they heard a loud noise. They went outside to see what made the noise. When person 2 noticed person 1 was shaking and nervous, he checked to see that the individual was okay and visually checked that the weapon was on safe, and then returned to the guard shack to call the duty desk to report this incident. Now, if you guys are at all familiar with the safety of SIG's P320, M17, M18 series, the safety only arrests movement of the trigger. So this makes this discharge and the reported Air Force discharge all the more puzzling. It seems like something is deeply wrong with this gun. This individual was experienced. He had completed training on the M18, both classroom and hands-on at the firing range at Camp Hansen on November 8th of 2021 and completed their most recent training on the 30th of August 2022. Training is documented in Person 1's training jacket. Person 1 has demonstrated very sound knowledge of both M19 and M18 weapons. You know, I read cases like this, and it just kind of makes it all the more insulting when the SIG defenders say, oh yeah, they're just all accidentally shooting themselves. It's like, really? I don't really
This
think
is a
so.
proficient
After
shooter.
reviewing the
This is a
security
proficient-
camera
100.
video footage,
Yeah.
the mishap investigator concluded that Person 1 did not mishandle the weapon at any time while on duty at Gate 1 prior to the weapon discharging. From the evidence and statements from the persons involved, it is apparent that the weapon fired while unsafe and secured in the holster. And so, by the way, the reporter who originally uncovered these documents again reached out to the Marines to see if they could get this video, and they were told it no longer exists. I wonder what happened to it. The report cites two factors that led to this mishap. One being the fact that they were carrying with one in the chamber, which they noted was standard operating procedure from back in the M9 days, and suggested that they may review this in light of this incident. And the other factor was engineering of weapon. There is no evidence that Person 1 mishandled the weapon while on duty at Gate 1 prior to the weapon discharging. Recommend an engineering review be conducted on the weapon. And hey, I can actually help you guys get started on this one. A lot of very intelligent people have started doing this work already in the US court system. I would start with verifying SIG's actual QC process for verifying the dimensions of all of its outsourced MIM components, possibly from IndoMIM or other manufacturers. But honestly, I think that this Striker safety design is so goofy and bad, it's not really salvageable. We know this was a P250 hammer-fired gun originally, changed to the P320, transitioned to a P320 to try and get those Striker-fired contracts. And in any case, I think that SIG agrees with me that this old safety design is kind of cooked, because when they redesigned it for the P365, they used a vastly different Striker safety system. Now let's address the other
That's it.
elephant in the room here, and that is Ron's military service and record. As you guys know, he did not serve this country's military. He served another military in which they were all taught to carry without one in the chamber. Now,
You know
this
what
has
country that
been
is.
said to be the case for a variety of reasons. You know, the lore I have heard is that the guns they were getting at the time of that country's founding were so shitty they kind of couldn't trust them, so they just defaulted to, we're not going to have one in the can until we're ready to shoot, right? Ready to fire it off. And I got to wonder if some of this thinking through Ron has permeated into Sig Sauer today. Because in the P320 user manual, revision 11, by the way, Sig expressly states, do not load a cartridge into the chamber until you are ready to use the firearm. Now, what's their definition of the word use? I guess that's up to you to decide. But elsewhere in the manual, they also go on to say explicitly to never rely completely on any safety mechanism. Now, I get that this is a CYA document, but the vibes here are very different than Glock's instruction manual. I encourage you to read them both back to back. They also go on to say, quote, the safety mechanisms are subject to breakage or malfunction. I definitely think they're malfunctioning and can be negatively affected by wear, abuse, dirt, corrosion, incorrect assembly, improper adjustment or repair, or lack of maintenance. Basically, if the wind blows, it's your fault. And by the way, don't you dare get any oil on the Striker. And oh, by the way, you can't sue us for negligent discharge. No takes backsies. Interesting strategy, Cotton. I also found it funny when reviewing the manual, they explicitly say to always handle your firearm as though you expect the safeties not to work. What an odd thing to say. Is this the thing where they have to like tell you what they're doing to get karma for it? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yes, just to head off some of the comments, I totally realized that this is a CYA type of document, but it reads very differently than Glock's service manual. I encourage you to read both back to back. The vibe change is substantial. So if you have made it this far and still believe SIG is completely innocent, I want to congratulate you because you are completely beyond reproach. But even if that is you, I want to ask you something if you're here. If we have had this many negligent discharges up till now, and you all really believe it was just the user's fault in every single one of these, then why would SIG not take the step of simply adding a trigger dongle to the P320? If you really think this gun is internally perfectly functioning as intended, then why not do a mass recall right now and add an additional safety that makes inadvertent trigger pulls much
Money, money,
less likely?
money.
Well, I
It's
think
too
you all know the
expensive.
answer to this question, and the answer is money, not to mention the massive hit to their reputation that would deal. That would essentially be admitting defeat, since the SIG leadership team is too prideful to do such a thing. To take a page from Glock or Smith & Wesson, I don't think we'll see that happen unless they are ordered to. And even when they're held accountable in court, their default reaction is to blame the judge, gotta love that one, or the proceedings. Now, sometimes judges do get it wrong, by the way. I blame the judges when they don't even allow experts to be heard, but I just think it's ironic that SIG has used or abused our federal legal system to their great advantage up until now, but as soon as they lose, then it becomes a big problem for them. So how long will they keep this up? Well, it might be in SIG's best interest to recall the gun soon, because while I'm sure that the lawyers out there are very happy to continue pursuing these multi-million-dollar settlements, this is really a matter of life and death. I think the attorneys working on these cases would also rather see lives saved as well. It's also a question of military readiness. And beyond that, it's an apparent perversion of our military procurement process, where one company can win all our tax dollars and somehow be permitted to continually make ongoing changes to their winning product as new issues are discovered. We have a word for that, and it's corruption. Our military deserves better. Our cops deserve better. Whether you think they do or not, they do deserve better. And you and me, the taxpayer, the civilian, the people who furnish these funds that allow SIG to profit hundreds of millions of dollars off of these firearms, we certainly
You were
deserve
right,
better.
dude.
SIG can still do the right thing. Formally recall the gun and clear out anyone in management who was involved in any way with these decisions. And maybe the public will forgive you when you release your next pistol. And it might.
Dude, you were right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said
This
it. I
is
said you said $1 billion. I was like, man, that damn
no,
close.
it's a fucking billion. Hey, do you see that campaign on your side? Do you want to read it?
Let me see.
76 coffee just came up,
Boom, boom.
so you get to see what it looks like. See the campaign?
Hold on. It said I gotta fetch it.
No, you just
You got to read it, bro. Let me see.
you can't see it.
Nope.
If you go to campaigns and do refresh, the little circle.
You think I didn't do that for
Oh,
you?
it just disappeared.
Right. I think we made it and then we went back.
I know we lost all the totals. Everybody.
It's been doing that for a
Yeah,
while.
there it is. All right, there it is. Now you got it. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Now you should have it.
I just told. I'm gonna send it to you. Let me see, bro.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and run it.
Then go ahead. Let me show you.
All right, guys. We're gonna read an ad real quick. We haven't read one of those. Oh, access denied. You're authorized to perform. You need to be authorized. Oh, so yeah, you must have access.
Dude, I'm telling you, neither one of us do.
No.
Just sent you a picture.
Okay. So yeah, so it's really bad with SIG and this thing, man. And where you send it to?
What's up?
All right, I got it. And okay, so you should see it now. So there's a problem with the ad. We can't read it. It just disappeared again.
Yep.
So we're not going to try that tonight. And so, yeah, if you got a SIG, man, you're screwed. You can't sue. You can't do nothing. And that gun will kill you.
Yeah.
It will kill you. So it just, luckily, nobody's been killed by it.
Without you doing anything, right?
Yeah. Nobody's been killed. I mean, two guns bumping together in the hallway. So when I'm saying
That's
about
ridiculous,
discharging
bro.
itself, yeah, I'm just going to discharge. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of guns, it's been have you been noticing all these stupid fucks with these extendos,
Oh my God.
magazines on the pistols,
It's almost. Mm-mm.
and now they're putting cans on the guns and walking around with cans and stuff. I guess they're sticking the guns in their front pocket with a can on it,
Right.
and they got the extendo sticking out, You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like, come on, dude. This is good. And then let's not forget the flashlights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
They
can't
gotta,
shoot, but you got a flashlight on a gun.
yeah. And they can't shoot worth a damn, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking. And then they're running RMRs on them. So yeah, they got RMRs, can, extendo magazines, and flashlights. That's what they're running. I mean, these guns are looking ridiculous. Let me see if I can find a fucking picture of this, some shit like that. Extended.
So I just found something, bro. Do you know that SIG has already had a class action lawsuit? And it looks like it was settled
Of
in
course,
20,
they're going
2020.
this
2020.
right because the country that SIG represent and comes from, it's they're you looking at they're being protected. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
there's no class action lawsuits going to touch these guys
All right. Remember we were talking about they
until
said they
somebody
didn't
gets
lose?
killed. Somebody's going to have to get killed behind this.
Remember they said they didn't lose? That was a lie.
Right.
A jury awarded this dude $11 million.
Mm-hmm.
They awarded him $10 million in punitive damage, reflecting the severity of the company's negligence in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an Army veteran who was injured when the SIG a pistol discharged while in his pocket, finding the gun maker liable for injury due to lack of external safety.
Yeah. See, he sued SIG.
Mm-hmm.
So as a soldier, he could sue the company, but he can't sue the military.
Right.
You see, so the military knows.
Military didn't make the gun.
Well, let me go back a little ways. The military knows they have faults with a lot of guns. When we first got the 240 machine guns, the 240 machine guns is still having these problems. Where if the gun shoots, it's a Belgian machine gun, shoots 2,000 rounds per minute. The gun was designed for the tanks, the M1 tank, and the Bradley. So, and it was kept in a plenum chamber, an explosion chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And so they decide to take the gun out of the vehicle and put a buttstock on it and put it on the ground. They came out with the A and the Bravo and the Charlie model, and the Delta model is the model that does the final model. And so they knew these guns, when they fired and got fired up to 2,000 rounds per minute, when you go to reload that gun, you had to let it cool down. When you put that round, the first belt link in on top of that feed tray would be so hot that casing would explode. Okay, and it explode when you had the feed, when you had the breech up, and you throw it on top of there. You looking in there, you right behind the gun. So when you throw it on there and it's hot, and when you get ready to lay it down in there, it cooks off that round. So that round, when it cooks off, it explodes all in your face right here. You know what I'm saying? And soldiers wasn't required at that time to wear safety goggles. Okay? None of that. Only thing you had was your helmet, so no safety goggles. So now this motherfucker got shrapnel all in his fucking face. And this was happening all the fucking time. Soldiers, dude, we were seeing soldiers getting medevac in on a daily routine, coming in with their fucking all bandaged up, their eyes, everything just looked like they've been destroyed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but the Army knew this. So how we got around it is when you fired, you let the gun sit for a little bit, and when you open the feed to reload it, you turn your head away and let your helmet take the brunt when you throw the other fucking casings on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you close the feed back down and charge it and fucking continue to shoot. But if you had to the gunner had to turn his head away, so to be the back of his helmet would be facing toward the breech. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the Army knew this shit. So nobody sued the Belgian gun maker for that fucking fault. That shit went on for fucking years, bro.
Damn.
Years. Everybody knew about this shit. So when it cooked
Mm.
off inside the vehicles, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You had an explosive chamber that it was in, so nobody never really
Right.
complained about it. You see what I'm saying? But when we put it on the ground, it was a whole different ball game because the soldiers can actually they shot more than what the gun, instead of bursting it, these motherfuckers was like, they're
Laying
2,000
on it.
rounds a minute. They lay on this bitch. It's
Mhm.
like, you ever see that gun fire, man? It will be a steady line of tracers, not just
Mhm.
bursts. It'd be a line.
Right.
Ooh, it was like, what
Like a
the
laser.
fuck? Yeah. You
Mhm.
were like, God damn, lay off, man. The damn thing fires more rounds than you can carry. You know what I'm saying?
Dang. Mhm.
And they just got them too hot, bro. And they cook off. You know what I'm saying? Just like batteries, we had batteries that would explode under certain conditions. Military knew about it. You know what I'm saying? So they tell you how to check your batteries, how to do this, and all types of stuff. Batteries on radios will blow up. Yeah, they blow up in guys' packs. You know, GPS batteries blow up. They blow up fucking in the gear. They knew all this stuff,
Right.
but they was like, "Be careful out there." They wouldn't tell you that
Right.
the shit was going to happen. It just happens. They're like, "Ah, you all right?"
Right.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Yeah,
Rub some dirt on that. You'll be all right.
yeah, yeah. So I'm glad he sued the socks off of fucking Sig.
Yeah.
Glad
Well,
he did.
one guy got 11, and the other one in the state of Georgia got 2.3 million. They lost
Yeah,
a couple of suits already.
right.
And the one in Georgia, apparently, he was uh, transferring it from one place to another, and then gun went off.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sig did some type of um, lighten the trigger, and I don't get that. They lighten the trigger instead of
They
so.
they kept they kept thinking it was the trigger. It's not the trigger. It's the upper receiver.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
the guy that in the Georgia case convinced the jury that it's
It was
because
the
it
trigger.
doesn't have a trigger safety mechanism like the Glock.
Mm,
So Glock beat Sig again in court this time, though.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
They said that was the reason, that it was because it didn't have a trigger like Sig, like Glock. And I had to go, wait a minute, Glock doesn't have no goddamn safety. And then when you read it, it's the trigger safety, and it's like, okay,
Yeah. It's the trigger safety. Yeah,
yep.
but it's not. Yeah, it's not the trigger. It has nothing to do with that goddamn trigger.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Nothing.
that not the sear. What's that one in the bolt, the firing pin, the safety in the fire pin, the one that goes up and down in the back.
Sear.
No, it don't have a sear, bro.
Oh, that's not Sear. I don't know. Big Shooter, you know.
Yeah, I know it too. It's just too much. So the jury concluded that Sig was negligent and reckless in the design and sale of the P320, which lacked an external safety, unlike pistols like Glock.
As
Right.
long as they have that military contract, they will never recall those guns.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
You know
So,
what? And it's funny because Sig is out front right now with this negligent. You know who's been negligent for decades is Remington. Remington, the
mhm,
700, was slam firing for years, and then it's killed like at least three young people, like under 12 years old, where they
right.
walked in with the father and they walked in front of the gun, and the gun went off with nobody near the gun.
Oh my God.
And Remington's like, it couldn't happen, and they, of course, they can't
Right.
reproduce it. But these families and other people who've been, wounded or witnessed the gun go off, and no one's around it, um, they all allege that.
Hmm.
And in the Sig case, there's over 100, and since the gun came out, that have said
Hmm.
that they've been shot. Like it hurt them, not just like the guy that was on Instagram. He was a competitive shooter. He get to the line. He said, "Load and make ready." Guy puts the gun in the holster. He's standing there like this in that ready position, and round goes off.
It goes off.
And they're videotaping it not because of the gun. They're videotaping because they analyze their runs and try to get better.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
whoa. And he was a big Sig fanboy. It wasn't like, they're trying to make this happen. He liked the gun, period.
Yeah. Not anymore, I bet.
Nah.
Yeah.
You saw that video,
It's like,
the picture with the dude in the appendix carry. He's a risky fella.
yeah, you can get your junk full of off. But this is what these are what all the hoodlums are doing. They're getting the guns that look like this, guys. The extended magazine, the 32-round magazines on them.
Man, you'd be
And
surprised.
and the white guys are doing too.
Yeah, so
They're doing it. They're doing it right along with them.
I said, what the fuck?
Yeah, and everybody's doing this, man. And they putting everybody's putting a flashlight on there, the gigantic flashlight. And see, when you put a flashlight on, you got to remember, you got to find a holster that goes with that flashlight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you got to have something custom made to put it in there.
They're not putting it in no damn holster. They're putting it in their front pants pocket.
Yeah, you're all right.
I saw a guy with a not even Uncle Mike's, one of those free holsters they give you when you buy a gun at the gun show, and it was hooked. It's an inside the waistband holster, but he had it hooked to the pocket of his pants.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, God bless you, boy.
Yeah.
Bless his
so
heart.
this is what they're looking like. You get the RMR flashlight and you get the extended magazine, and so this is what everybody's running around carrying. So now you got to find a.
Good. You might as well carry a 1911 after that with all the extra weight you just put on it.
Yeah, you're putting all this extra weight on there. This is unnecessary. The extended magazine. Just carry extra mags and learn how to do mag reloads, changes. It's not hard. You know what I'm saying? And flashlights, you know I got problems with these. You know what I'm saying? This is the stupidest shit I ever seen, flashlights. But everybody's doing it because Call of Duty is doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that where this is coming from?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's ridiculous, man. It's really ridiculous. And you got some people putting drums on their guns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but then if you're not used to with the extended magazines because of extra weight, if your finger rubs across that magazine release, that magazine drops immediately. It's gone.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, and so now the new thing, everybody's putting cans on their guns along with the extended mags, flashlights, and RMR. So, yeah, so that's what they're looking at: extended mags, RMR, and a can. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
And still can't hit the floor with a hat.
Still can't hit the floor with a hat. Yeah, I mean these guys they're ridiculous, man. They're ridiculous. I haven't seen any of them at the range yet. You know what I'm saying?
I have.
But you have? And how they're shooting? All crazy?
Yep. Just what's that called? Mag dumps.
Oh, they're doing mag dumps because they got the round count.
Got the high round count, 22, 30 rounds at a time. I mean, there was a guy that I still respect him. Maybe 10 years ago, he was doing that, but it was his second magazine. He used to carry one of those sticks, and he said that he would, just in case, if he knew into that, he really knew he was in the shit. But I always made fun of him, like, bro, that thing just doesn't make no sense.
And see, the thing is, but I'm just saying, anymore. You can carry a high capacity magazine, and you can. Let me get my calculator. It's calculator time. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's so fucking stupid. You got 17 rounds in the chamber, so you're gonna have that's plus one, so you're looking at 18 rounds. Then you can carry 2 extra on your hip. You know what I'm saying? So that's an additional. 34. That's 34. And so you can have a total of 51. If you feel the need that you're gonna get in the shit, you can always add another 17 on your hip. So it'd be 51 plus the 17, and that's 68 rounds. So that's a whole box plus that you can carry on you, and nobody will really notice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It don't make sense to me, bro. You know what the other side is? The funny thing is, these guys gear up for 60 some odd rounds of ammunition, and the uniform crime analysis says that the average quote unquote gunfight, that means both people shooting, is about 5 to 7 rounds at the max. An individual where the bad guy points a gun at the good guy and the good guy retaliates, that's 3 rounds on average. See, that's crazy that you got almost 100 times more ammunition than is necessary. Don't get me wrong, I think you should have more than you need, but when you go to the point where you have 10 times more, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, they only got one. So the thing of it is, they only run a 132 round magazine. So if they drop that extended magazine, and that, if you notice,
we saw that.
guys, if they drop that magazine, they got that one round in the chamber and they're ass out. Now, what
That's
are you gonna
oil.
do? You're gonna look down
They
and
do.
bend down and pick that up,
They don't
and
know no
now
better.
you just got dome. You're
Yep.
done.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think it
so,
was the New York one that I sent you. Those dudes standing on
yeah,
the
yeah,
out in the front of a store or whatever, and then half run, and then the guy comes back with his buddy, and he runs around in a circle because he didn't know what he was doing.
right,
That guy, same thing.
yeah. And then they have the cans they're putting on there. If you notice, look at their iron sights. There are no tall boy sights on there.
Do you think those cans are real or they're just falk,
Some
fake?
of them are fake. Some of
hmm
them are fake, and some of them are real. But the cans itself, to find a 22 can, you're looking at $700 to $900 just for a 22 can. So a lot of these guys are getting the fake cans and putting
And a
them
lot of these people
suppressors,
finding
not even
a
suppressors.
5-finger discount. Don't leave
Yeah,
guns and parts of guns in your car.
yeah. Well, yeah, they're getting stolen gear. Yeah,
Yeah.
but cans got serial numbers on them, so if you running
You
with
think
stolen
these
gear,
dudes care? These dudes don't care.
you
They're
kill
already
somebody
criminals,
with
bro.
that's an extra charge. That's an extra charge.
They in and out of jail. They're in and out of jail on a regular basis. You think another couple months are gonna hurt them?
No, not really. You're right.
Exactly. They don't
You're
give a
right.
damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's the problem. All these laws and stuff. You and me wouldn't sit around going, "Hey, man, you don't put that on your gun because you might get in trouble." These motherfuckers like, "Hey, look what I got."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even tell people that anymore. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
me
If
neither.
you
So there's an issue that's up, and I'll breeze over it. But they're concerned about SBRs, and it was a new
yes,
ruling just recently, and they're
because
concerned about SBRs at our local spot because they might have to do some type of enforcement, and not necessarily enforcement to the point where like they're locking or calling police, but you can't do that here. And you know how many people have rifles and shotguns under
so our
12
range is
inches?
talking about doing something
hmm
against SBRs. What?
Not doing something, but they may be stuck in the middle because um, if
They
they're
haven't
doing it
changed
out
the
in the
law yet.
open,
They
if
haven't.
they do it out in the open, what do we do? Do we ignore it? Act like we don't see it? Like there's a couple guys down there that have used switches, and they
Mm,
couldn't, and they said that it was a force reset or a binary, and they're like, nah, that's not, that was too fast for that. It was like uncontrollable, and then when they got there, it was like over, and they were, oh no, it's just but they didn't show what the gun was. I
they
said,
don't know how to inspect the gun.
no, they didn't. They asked them, and they said, this is it, and they're like, that's not what did that. They know that that's not the gun that the gun that the individual showed is not the gun that
That
made
they
the
shot with.
right. They know that, but
That's why the 5G is going out there. Cameras are coming.
yep, and that's why
Cameras
the
are
joke
coming.
is,
Cameras are
and look,
coming in every bay. Yeah.
that's the see, and the thing was,
Mm-hmm.
they can't force the person to open the bag or show me, so they have to
They can
just
ask them to leave. They
well,
can
that's
ask them
them.
to
See
leave.
that right, and that's what's coming.
Yeah, you can ask them to
Right,
leave. So I'm
but you know
still
what?
not
That's a place
understanding
of warning. I'm so tired of it too.
the short barrel rifle. I'm not understanding
Mhm.
that though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if the ruling comes out, no. This is all
Oh
preventative.
yeah,
This is
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
like talking to the future. What would we
Oh,
have to
okay.
do if this occurs? Like they don't
Yeah,
want
it's
no
several.
parts of that.
Yeah, several ranges won't even allow even short
See,
barrel rifles to even be carried in there. No brace
right?
rifles at all.
hmm
So, but there's a few of them that will allow it to happen. And um, but if you got a short barrel rifle and you have a tax stamp, there's nothing they can say. You
Right.
walk in there with a
That's the
stamp.
thing. If it's
That's it.
legal, if
Yeah.
it's legal, it's no problem. But you and I both know, you know that when you
There's
start
a lot
talking
of
about
people not out here doing stuff illegal.
and they
Or
say
they,
you start talking about a tax stamp and they say a what? You know damn well they don't know what they're doing.
yeah. And why get a stamp when you can just put a brace on it? You know what I'm saying?
But I'm talking about
And
the silencers and the suppressor guys.
what do you mean? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let me borrow that for this weekend, man. Can I use it?
Man,
And they don't
hell
realize
no.
that.
Hell no. Motherfucker
That's
go
my
out and
point.
put blood on your fucking your can, then give it back to you. Then
That's
your
right.
ass is fucking
Thank
up
you.
Chick Creek. He just fucking put some blood on that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What's
Like the
his
guy that comes in the bay and asks you, do you want to see his gun? No, I'm good. I don't
right?
want to touch that. No, I don't touch it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
hmm
That is crazy.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. So interesting you said that because SIG just came out with the P320 Flux Legion. Let's see, this gun right here, and it actually is a brace gun. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
It's a
Mhm.
pistol. It's braced. It's a 9mm. The goddamn thing is a fucking $1,700 price tag on this son of a bitch, bro.
Yeah, but that thing needs some paperwork with it too.
No, you don't.
Your
No,
boy,
you
the
don't.
lawyer dude that I sent you said it did.
He said,
He said
uh,
that falls under the SBR.
no, it doesn't. No, it
Mm,
doesn't. No, it.
mm,
Oh, wait a minute. Because of
mm,
the front foregrip. Because
mm.
of this right here,
I'm going
Mike.
to look for Jim right now.
Okay, look for Jim right now.
Jim
If
Jim said.
I
Jim
think it's
said.
because this right here might require. Let me see what the questions they got here. Let's see if they got any.
It's Jim, man. Jim, old Jim. Come on out, Jim. I need you right now.
Stabilize them. Yeah. Because I don't think so. I don't think it
We
falls
said that
under.
before with the one you got. Don't you got one like that?
No, I don't have one like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have one like that. Yeah. And
Let me see. What's the history?
but you can put a brace on any pistol without paperwork. On any pistol. Now, the thing with the braces, you're not supposed to put them on your. See the way the brace is built in the back. This is for your arm. Okay, so when you extend out, the brace goes on your arm. You're not supposed to shoulder it. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you do shoulder it, nobody gonna really say anything. So, because it has no cheek well. If you notice that, it's not designed for a cheek well, and so that's how you get away with it legally by having the brace on the pistol. You know what I'm saying? But the funny part
Mhm.
about this is nothing but a 320 P320 that they juiced up and put all this shit on it and selling it for a higher price. It's the same fucked up gun with the accidental discharges.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the fucking same gun. And they just put a brace on it. They put the top part where you can put an optic on it and all that stuff. And they put the front magazine release in the front. And so you got stick mags you can put in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's a 9mm. I mean, I think it's overkill. I think it's
Mhm.
it's stupid. I don't think.
Ready.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For anybody to spend $1,700 on that and thinking you got something, I mean, it's like, come on, dude. Yeah, that's not cool.
Let's look at this, technically a short barreled rifle, because this has a buttstock. The barrel is less than 16 inches in length. This is also really sexy gun known as the Flux Raider. This is perhaps the most concealable short
This has a
barrel
buttstock. That's different.
really a rifle.
Listen to what he
a
said.
pistol. You can
That has a buttstock.
see it's a
clearly
Sig.
has a
This
buttstock.
is also really
Listen.
sexy, known as the Flux Raider. This is perhaps the most concealable short-barreled rifle that I own, but it's not really a rifle. It's a pistol. You can see it's a Sig P320 with a buttstock on it. So this is literally, it's a 9mm pistol, and it's still quite large and bulky, not very concealable. So once again, this isn't something that and they're expensive. They're expensive. This isn't something that a criminal is going to be like, yeah, you know what? This is what I need is a Flux Raider instead of like the cheapest handgun I can steal out of someone's car. What I'm driving at, what's the point of the SBR SBS restriction? It's not stopping criminals. It's just making law-abiding gun owners jump through ATF hoops for no reason. A bunch of waste. This kind of judicial reasoning is straight out of like Reefer Madness, that 1930s propaganda film that tried to convince people that smoking the reefer would turn them into crazed murderers and rapists. There's no epidemic of SBR crime in the U.S., nor would there be. Again, criminals can make them right now. There's no meaningful distinction between a short-barreled rifle and a rifle pistol with the brace on it, they're the same gun. They just have a different piece of plastic on the end of it, and neither of them can be concealed well. The ones that can kind of be concealed are just pistol calibers anyways. This is a 9mm, and it's not very concealable. All the evidence, all the statistics indicate that short-barreled rifles and shotguns, despite how easy they are for criminals to get or make, they're not used in crimes. Assault rifles, semi-automatic rifles used in just 3% of crimes, shotguns less than 2% of crimes. That's short barrel and not short barrel combined. So they aren't any more dangerous than handguns statistically or from a concealability standpoint. They're certainly not harder to get, but remember, the Bruin standard is dangerous and unusual. Are they unusual like the Seventh Circuit says? No. One, a major flaw in the not in common use argument is that it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Certain firearms are rare, not because lack of demand, but because the government has artificially restricted them for decades. SBRs are rare because the government heavily restricted them under the NFA 90 years ago. So courts argue that they can be banned because they're rare, but they're rare because they've been banned. Ironically, Justice Breyer pointed out this circular reasoning in favor of gun control because he's saying, oh my God, if someone makes these dangerous guns common, well, then at that point, we can't regulate them. It actually works the other way. If the government bans a gun long enough, then it can just say the gun's unusual simply because people haven't been able to buy it legally for generations. That's
good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I still say it's not a SBR. I think it's a brace pistol.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on that butt stop. You know what I'm saying?
It all depends on the judge you're standing in front of.
I don't own one, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Yeah. It depends on how you shoot it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have to have video of you actually shooting it that way. Oh,
see this? Here I go. A fluctuator itself is not an SBR unless it is specifically configured with a stock that allows it to be fired from the shoulder.
Right.
That's the
So
problem. Once you put it on your shoulder.
But no. Listen to the words.
Go.
Listen.
Go.
Once you find a stock that you can put it on the shoulder, if it has a brace on there, a brace is not designed to be shouldered. If you buy this gun right now, it has a brace. They are not selling these.
This is from the Flux Defense website.
I'm telling you.
The Flux Defense website.
I don't give a fuck what website.
Oh, you don't care the people who made it?
Yeah, because the people who made it are selling it without stamps. They're selling these guns without stamps, bro.
Yeah, because it's up to you. See that right there?
No, but this gun comes with a brace attached to it.
They sell the brace too. I heard what you're saying. This company is selling this right here, separate. Right. And then this is what they said: the Raider X is a chassis designed for the P320 M17 family of pistols and comes in braced and stock version. The braced version is neither designed nor intended to be shouldered.
Right.
Stocks are available for those looking to Form 1 their SIG P30 as an SBR.
Right. You have to use the language brace and stock. Exactly. If it comes with a brace, you don't need a stamp. If it comes with a stock, you need a stamp. Everybody knows. But if you get a
brace, legally, technically, you're not supposed to put it on your shoulder.
Exactly. But
okay.
Yes, we agree. But if they don't have physical evidence of you shooting that thing on your shoulder, so don't be videotaping yourself shooting the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man.
The tree fall in the forest since I didn't hear it.
Right. It's that type of ordeal. Gotcha. Everybody knows why they put the brace on there. Everybody knows what the brace is for.
Right.
Nobody's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? We all know what it's for.
Pause. I can tell you, we can go right out there probably tomorrow and have about 12 examples of we thought you weren't stupid.
Right.
But,
Yeah, but people are stupid because I'm
Dude.
looking at. I just typed up Sig Flux Legion, and there's
Mhm.
all types of videos where people are taking that thing and dropping it on their shoulder and shooting with it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Even
Yep.
your boy, Humble Marksman, he's up there doing it. You know, and
Yeah, and some folks that we know closer to home.
yeah,
I've
are
seen
doing
it.
it.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, even Colin Lenore is doing it. He's got one up on his thing. He's
Why you
running
call
around.
him Lenore, dude? Why'd you
I
say
don't know.
Lenore?
I don't know. This fucking cocksucker.
Why'd you give him the female version? I wonder why.
Yeah,
Was that a Freudian slip?
he's probably saying it's one of the best guns he ever shot. Yeah. I'm
Another one of the
convinced.
best guns. That's
Matter of
right.
fact, this is the gun he had in his car sitting on the passenger seat, and he had a can on it. And he said, "This is what I ride with." And everybody was like, "Why do you?" And he had it not only had optics on it, but he had a red dot for you like calling in fire.
Damn.
Aircraft fire laser range thing on the side of it and everything. Everybody's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You know, this is stupid. Why would you take a pistol and put all that shit on it? He had a flashlight on the motherfucker. It was just, he had so much shit on that thing. It was just like, dude, what the fuck, man? Come on. You can't tell me.
What are these things called? The Flux, another name for that Flux Raider. I don't know.
It's the,
Remember the Israeli one? That's what I was going to, the older one, the first one that came out.
oh,
They,
that you drop your gun into
yep,
the
they
Glocks.
mostly with Glocks in it. Yep.
That was the RAA. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't remember that one. I remember.
can't remember.
I talked to a guy that it was one of his customers, and I didn't see the guy, and I don't know. I probably would have said the same thing anyway. And he showed it to me, and I said, "What? You can't shoot no more?" And he looked at me and said, "What?" And I said, "I thought it was his," and I said, "That's for people who can't shoot." And then he's like looking at me, trying to like, shut up, shut up. Then the dude comes and says, "Hey man, you put that on yet?" And I go, "Oh." He's an older guy, man. It was like, it's working.
You was able to buy those off of
Yep, anywhere.
Amazon was selling.
Mm-hmm. Back then when it first came out, yeah.
Yeah, and then they fell under the short barrel rifle rule, and because I had one when I was doing the gun shows, I sold it at the gun show, you know, and I got my money back and then some, you know, because the prices that went up on them were like $400. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't think of what
they got hot for a while too.
The Ronins.
Roni.
Roni.
Yep, the Roni.
Yeah. Yeah, the Roni. Roni Arms made them.
Yep.
And
IDS, what's called the Israeli Defense Store.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, look what they report. Let me see if I can get this one real quick. This one says, and you'd be amazed at this. Look at this. No SPR,
there it is right there.
No NFA required. See?
Right, because they put a brace on it. See, that's
right.
Remember the original ones? Yeah. No, that's not a front grip.
It's angled.
No, it's angled. As long as if it's at a 45-degree angle, you can get away with the front. And see, they got
and that's why that flux capacitor is vertical.
When you put a magazine in it, but it's at a 45-degree when it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Go back, look at it. Hold on. Go back, look at it. See.
Let's see if I got it.
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Oh yeah, it's vertical. Oh, it's vertical. Yeah,
that's why it's beyond.
Yeah, it's vertical, but it still has a brace in the back.
Yeah, but what you said, it's the same thing we said earlier. It says, you just pay attention to where you put that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have never put the front part on there. That should have been taken off.
Holy moly, dude! There's like 100 different Ronis now. I lost track of this thing.
Oh yeah, there's Ronis for Ron.
This guy,
CAA Gear is the ones who make the Ronis. But they got
Yeah.
Ronies they got the micro Roni for the Glocks, Gen 2 Glocks. We just lost Al.
No, I'm still
And-
here. I don't know what the hell happened.
Oh, okay. Well, your camera's out.
Yeah, see.
So all the Glocks. Let's see. Glock. Smith and Wesson now. They have also Springfield. They got the Ronies for Springfield. They don't have. Oh, let's see what else they got. Let's check the next page. Yeah, they got Ronies from Rome. But if you guys want a Roni, it's just, huh?
You see this one? This one is like, look at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an SBR.
Yeah, right.
So that's
So
a
as soon as I
stock.
look at it,
That's
it's
an
hard
SBR.
to get past that, bro.
Yeah, that's an SBR. Yeah. So most of these are SBRs. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be very careful of those. And so now they're like, well, since everybody's doing the cans and this doing it, they're just like, fuck it, you know. But you can get
Yeah, at one point, there you go. Keep going.
Yeah, you can get the regular Roni micro with a stabilizer and brace for like $349 to $370. You know what I'm saying? It's got the 45-degree angle. And,
Dude, they got a micro in here for $287, reduced from $328.
okay. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
When I get old, I'm gonna get one of these.
Shit, I can't say what I'm gonna say, but you know what I'm saying. I'll tell you off air. Oh man. But I tell anybody, you know, get one of these just to get one. You know what I'm saying? Put a gun in it and just have some fun, you know, but make sure you get the brace one.
Yeah.
And with the 45-degree angle. So, you know, you don't want to get, especially if you go to a public range, just be careful. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, some of them right now, they're not letting people come in when they they do the inspection. They're telling people straight up like, you can't bring that in here.
Right.
They don't want no problems because they, you know, their FFL in some cases will be
Revolt.
Yeah, or definitely in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now that's what they inspect. They inspect your ammunition, you know, and you know, I'm always, if I go to the range, I ask them, you want to see my ammo? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm letting them know, hey, I'm up front. I got nothing to hide. You want to see it? Here it is in a Ziploc bag.
Right.
You know, it's ready to go. You know, so they're like, oh, no, we don't need to see it. You know, when you go to them and say, hey, you want to see my ammo? They're just like, oh, no.
Do you shoot reloads there?
Yeah, when I make them, I haven't made fucking reloads, and man, I'm pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I was like, "Woo, he really going for it." But the reason why I asked is because there, a lot of places don't let everybody. Like, I guess if they know you, they'll let you, but they're just kind of selective.
Oh, with shooting reloads.
Yeah, man, people get hurt. They actually made a guy, you know, and he had family, and people came down and hang out, and they went to the range, and they made him buy ammo from them because he bought reloads. He thought he'd, you know, go cheap. I got my own ammo, and they're like, no.
Well,
and there's a rule at the range that you have to have it has to be in a factory box.
Yeah, I've heard that. Some ranges want a factory box. Yeah. I dump all mine out and put it in a can. Then I just take a sandwich bag and I just reach my hand in there and grab a handful and put in there. And that's all I'm gonna shoot for that gun. That may be about 30, 40 rounds or something like that. I'm good. You know, so I'm at the indoor range no more, maybe about 30, 40 minutes. I'm done. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because once I do my 7 yards, 15 yards, and 20 yards, then I bring it back, you know what I'm saying, to do headshots. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you have a plan. If you go in there with a plan, you can do that.
Yeah.
When you go in there and it's all, you know, free for all, then you're there 2 hours later talking about what we're going to do now.
Yeah, because I do the first session is 7 yards, 15 yards, and the 20 yards. They're all body shots. Then I go for the headshots at the 20, then bring it back to the 15, then to the 7. You know what I'm saying? So
is that what
I can do all.
Good. You did with that with the new one that
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's what I do. And if I can do all those three sessions, and that I know my zone is good with this gun. You know what I'm saying? So now
Mhm.
I know my attack level starts at 20 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And if I work my way in, then I'm starting working my way in. It's not going from body, it's going to head. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 15 yards, I'll take a headshot easily. Yeah, with no problem.
Yeah. Without a whole lot of thought.
Yeah, without any thought, I'll take a headshot. Yeah, I feel that confident that I can take a headshot. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm gonna call Jay and let you hang out with Jay.
Jay.
Yeah, a buddy of mine. You know Jay.
Oh, yeah,
JB.
Jay.
Yeah,
Right.
he used to do these drills all the time, and he come up with like when we pass it around every week. The next guy had to come up with a drill, and Jay always had some hostage somewhere in there. There was a hostage in it.
It was
Then
awesome.
he would describe who the hostage was, and it was always some loved one. So he better not miss. And it was like, dude, this is, and he'd do that what you just said, 15
Yeah.
in the beginning. Then he would do like 25. I'm like, man, I ain't shooting this. I ain't gonna shoot it because that way, if you can't get on me. Calling
Right.
the police, and they're gonna get a sniper in here and a guy that's been practicing
But
for the last 7 months.
this is what you do, though.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel comfortable with shooting that close to distance, run up on him and fucking put that fucker right in his goddamn eye and boom, pull the fucking trigger.
Most of the
They're
time,
not.
I was busting dudes' balls when I said no. I come up with an alternate finish. It was just busting them up, but
Yeah,
we all shot it. We all did it.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying most guys are not going to suspect you to charge them
Right.
and charge them and close the gap. They're not gonna know what to do. They're like, oh, what the fuck? He's not supposed to do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you close the gap, you close and take the shot. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, dome him. You know, if I'm 7 yards or whatever, and that dude, I'm gonna shoot you from 7 yards. I don't give a fuck. You're done. You know what I'm saying? You about to get domed.
I mean, I think most people who are at a certain level, if you can't take that shot, then you should just go ahead and turn the gun in because
Yeah,
7 yards and you can't hit an 8-inch play, even if the person is tucked under. This you got this.
most
put one
guys are
right
not gonna. They're not gonna
Can't put one.
tuck. They're not gonna tuck.
I said even if it's tucked, even
Oh yeah.
if it's tucked. Most will be right here, and you got all
Yeah.
of this. But I'm saying,
Right.
if you do this, you still got all this.
Yeah, and you can always take a sidestep and don't.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man.
But the key is that people. You have to know. You have to be confident in what you can do.
In your equipment and yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yep.
you'll know because it'll be a bitch. You shoot the hostage,
That-
and it'll be like, oh,
Make
fuck.
a mess. You came here to help
Yeah.
me make a mess.
Yeah, you just domed your hostage.
Yeah.
And the guy standing there looking like, what the fuck?
Nah, I didn't do it.
You just might as well
At
just
that
finish
point, it'd
shooting.
be like, "Yeah, oh, you want me to give up? I give up. You're right."
Nah, this finish shooting, bro.
Oh,
You
yeah.
might as well, yeah, because you're gonna get the same charge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just finish
might as well. Two
Yeah,
for one.
Yeah, like fuck.
They shot the hostage. Yeah, fuck him.
But if it comes to I mean, you gotta be a fucking. For me, you gotta be a ballsy motherfucker to get to my loved one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
Yeah.
got to be a ballsy, and because I'm gonna turn it up like you never seen. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Robert used to say, we would have like we were doing drills, and this is a long time ago. He was just getting started, and if he hit like a no shoot, he would say they're consorting with the enemy.
goddamn.
I remember
Oh,
one
my
time
God.
they were getting on him because he didn't say anything, and he was like, "Damn," you can see that that's not what he wanted to do, and he's not cheering about it. They were like, "Yo, but dude, did you see him? They're pressing each other," and then I heard him. He looked over and he said, "Well, they shouldn't have been down there. In my
Right.
book, they're consorting with the enemy," and
Right.
his little twang. So it was like it. I died, man, because he got the guys that were harassing him just like, okay, there's nothing you can say this.
Right.
That's crazy.
That
He
is
said, why was he down there? Think about that.
Yeah.
And he flipped it on them, and it was just hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bunch of shit. So next week we're going to the gathering. Next week we're going to bring Robert on the show next Friday night. and we're going to talk about what we expect to see next week on March 22nd. Then after that, the next week following that, we'll bring Warbit back in the show, and we're going to talk about everything that we saw and shot that fucking weekend. So we should be doing. I'm taking some cameras with me, and so we're going to have plenty of footage of everybody shooting, having a good time. We'll probably do an opening out there with all three of us and stuff on film. And I am taking my little drone. I don't know if they're gonna let me fly it out there or not. We'll see. And yeah, and we'll find out as soon as we get to the gate. It's not a big fucking deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think they'll let that go.
Yeah, because it's real small, tiny hand. So we'll see how they react to it. But I'm gonna ask them before I do it. I'm not just gonna do it. And but we're gonna have a good time, man. I mean, we're gonna shoot a lot of fucking shit, dude. I mean, and my philosophy, I am looking forward to seeing all the 2011 stuff, and I'm hoping PSA has a bunch of the 2011 stuff out there so we can shoot it, like the 570 shotgun. I want to shoot the Saber 11. You know what I'm saying? That's a gun that's not affordable to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because Saber 11 pistol they're already talking about $1,000 to $1,400 for that pistol, and so that's way out.
That you said 1,400. You notice the Prodigy is that much, and that thing is selling off the shelf.
Yeah, that's too much for me for paying for
the
it.
Prodigy.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't.
You said
I can't. That's too. That's for me. Spending on a handgun is that I'm a carry.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
right. You said that it's priced out for too many people, and I'm like,
no, it's priced out for me. For me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I just can't do it. It's like people buying staccatos at $3,000 and they're carrying them as their EDT.
Nah.
It's like, do you realize you're not getting that gun back if you get into a shooting? It's going to be some deputy sheriff or the local cops going to have that gun.
Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Agent Smith is going to have your gun.
And if you see it with him having it on the range all tricked out and you know it's his, you're not going to be able to say, that's my gun, give me my fucking gun back. Because he's going to shoot you with it for trying to take his fucking gun.
Be like that kid in the gas station. Come on, man. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Give it back.
Yeah, that's not fair. It's fucking stupid.
Give it, man.
Fuck, man.
Give it back.
So everybody must be asleep. So I guess
Yeah, so the chat stopped, but it's still 20-something up there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm seeing different numbers. I think my page is locked up because I don't have access to.
It goes back. I'm seeing go back and forth. It was 20 and it went to 0. And now it's back. It's 14.
Yeah. So we're having some problems. So we're gonna call this shit short while we still can.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, they're doing so much work on this shit, man, that we can hardly keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, that it's an online program and we don't have to update it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And Big Shooter says we're here, so you can hear us. That's cool, man.
Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to shooting the Super 30 ammunition.
Okay.
And the Glock GAP 45, the 45 GAP.
You think? I don't think that's gonna be it. Oh. Yeah, you making that shit up. Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking obscure rounds that nobody has no more.
I met a guy
with that 30 Super, and I said, "You're the only person I know that's ever bought one."
Oh, they were selling that 30 Super somewhere.
Giving them away up at Adventure Outdoors. They were giving them away.
Yeah, and with a
Nobody
case
wants
of
that
ammo. Yeah. Now I am going to ask Palmetto, are they going to make a 38 Super in the 1911? Double stack. I want it because they already have one single stack. I want the double stack. You know what I'm saying? In the 38 Super. That'll be sweet because you're looking at a round with the performance of that round in that configuration. The gun will be ultimately light and still has a punch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what. Let me see what the what is it feet per second on 38 Super. Let me take a look real quick. 38 Super.
Uh-oh. STI has one.
I got, well, I'll talk to you offline. So 38 Super,
Told you, keeping
30,
that place in business.
38 Super shoots at 1215 to 1425 feet per second. So it's almost the same. It's a 38 round basically. So yeah, you're looking at 130 grain bullet shooting at 1280. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? So let's imagine
nice.
that. Yeah. Let's see what what the 9mm is. Yeah, and 9mm.
Bro, this Joker comes in 9mm, 38 Super, and 40 Smith & Wesson. And it holds 17 plus 1 in all those calibers.
What are you talking about?
Dude, this STI.
Oh, STI. So
they don't have a good picture.
the average 9mm bullet, 124 grain with a 4-inch barrel, runs at 1150 to 1200. 38 Super is better. Got more feet per second. 12 to 14.
More punch.
You know what I'm saying? And more punch. So
Mm.
I don't know why they won't make it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm definitely gonna ask them why they're out there. Are you guys thinking about making it? You know? So,
Oh yeah, well, this one is $1,900
for an STI. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about some stuff offline. But you guys watch the shows on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, locals, and I don't know, something else. But enjoy the show, like the show, give us a like, share, and all this other good stuff. And what you got, Al?
Thank you for coming by, guys. Keep the Second Amendment alive, pass it on to the next generation, guys.
Right. And I want to show you something. I'm not done yet. So I'm gonna show this every week to the naysayers and the national debt clock. So if you look in the top
Big Shooter,
left,
I totally agree with you with that one.
what's that? What he said?
When he said 9mm plus P is better than the 30 Super Carry. I agree.
Yes,
30 Super.
but
I think 30 is just a little bit more than a 380, as he said earlier.
Yes, it is.
He said a
38
Super Carry is less powerful than 9mm, but more than a 380. No, you're 30 Super. 38 Super is a good round. We're not talking about that one.
Oh, okay. So the national debt
he
clock,
said
36 trillion. But if you look down at the bottom right there, it says Doge. So Doge, they already saved the taxpayers. Each taxpayer is $1,700 per taxpayer. They're trying to get that number up to 5,000. If it gets to 5,000, it's coming back to us. So Doge has saved over 200 something trillion right now. I mean, yeah, 200 something trillion. You know, yeah. Well, 2 trillion, not 200 something trillion, 2 trillion. And so they wasn't trying to get it to 2 trillion. They was just trying to save 1 trillion. But if they could save more and more with these cuts and stuff, it'd be, man, it's going to be a beautiful America. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it's going to work. Yeah, plus P is better than the Super 30 Super. Yes, it is. Yeah, way better. So we'll see you guys. See you guys in the range and all the other good stuff. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. I forgot. Super Carry. I was saying Super. Thank you, Big Shooter. The Super Carry, that is like, I don't know. I like to equate it to the GAP, the 45 GAP. I was like, who asked for this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. 45 gap. Yeah, it's hard. That's hard to find ammunition. I think I can still find it, though.
It didn't. It was like a 380 to 9mm for 45.
Yeah.
It was shorter than 45, less powerful than 45. Nobody asked for it.
Yeah.
Nobody bought it.
No.
And at that time, the 357 SIG was out.
Yeah. All right. And boom. We'll see you guys. Let me see if this works. Nope. I can't. See if you can run it now. I will have to refresh the screen. If you can't, we're just gonna end it.
Dude, that's crazy. I did it.
You locked out too?
No, it said end stream, and it's like, nope.
All right. End stream. End stream
It's still
keeps Rumble
clicking.
Studio room open. Yep. Hold on. I got it. Nope. Hold on. It won't do it. Let me refresh. I'll be right back.
Got it. Yeah, so this is in the alpha mode, and or is it beta mode? Alpha, beta. I get them confused. Anyway, we don't have full control of the control sticks here and the buttons. We're pushing buttons and nothing's happening. So we're gonna try another way. If he comes, there he is. He's coming back.